So I've been having trouble with wet filament lately, and I decided to order this. This is a Sovol dual spool filament dryer, and I'm going to unbox it. I've already cut the tape. First thing you see when you open it up is you got this little instruction manual. And there is a lot of foam holding this in place. So you get past the foam. This looks like the top of it. I'm just gonna dump the whole thing out. There's nothing else in the box, so I'm just gonna put it down here for now. All right, we get all this packing material out of the way. Here is the filament dryer. So there we go. This is like cellophane wrap, like you used to preserve food with. That's weird. How do you open it? Okay, so these clips on the front. Open it up. This is probably the power supply, I would guess. Yep. Got the power supply. Okay. Got this out. There we go. So these are the little holes for the filament to go through. I'm gonna plug those because these are recommended on the top. On the app, at least, it said on Amazon that these top holes were recommended for direct drive extruders, and the side holes were recommended for Bowden extruders. So if you look inside here, there's a heating element in the bottom. And it looks like this may be a space for like desiccant, but I'm gonna look that up before I put any desiccant in there, just in case. And I actually got this specifically for two filaments. This is my TPU, and then I also like to print in nylon, but I don't use like standard nylon filament because it's expensive. I actually use trimmer line, which is still really, really tough, but it's even harder to print with, and it's intentionally moistened by the manufacturer to make it stronger and more flexible, but that makes it really hard to print with. So I am going to set this thing up, and then I'm going to run it overnight, and I'm going to test the filament before and after. So for both of these tests, I will be using the default Cura profile for TPU and for nylon, except I'm going to be getting rid of the brims, and for TPU I'm also turning on the heated build plate. So for now I've just got it rested on this junk drawer that I've opened up, but I'm eventually going to print a little rack to put it right there. And now I'm going to do a before test for the TPU. See, this benchy did not print very well. There's a lot of sagging on any of the overhangs, even the easier parts. There's also a ton of stringing, and just the layer lines look terrible. And now let's try nylon. Obviously, this particular benchy did not do very well. It seems to have a tail. That's from the time-lapse, because the print head moves off to the side for each frame, and it's stringing really, really badly with the wet nylon. And also on the bottom here, I noticed that part of the 3 is delaminated for some reason, which is kind of strange. Another strange thing is that certain parts, like the funnel, are relatively clean. I don't know why. Maybe some of you can explain that in the comments. Overall, pretty terrible. Now let's see how these do after the filament's dry. I did end up ordering some silica gel, and I 3D printed these little containers that I designed to go inside the spools. I'll go ahead and put these up on my Maker World, but this should help dry it out a little bit faster. Unfortunately, my time-lapse jig is broken, but I did go ahead and print the benchies. So here is the new TPU benchy. It's still not perfect. There's a bit of stringing and a little bit of under extrusion, sorry. But I do think that if I tuned the settings, it would probably help. It's definitely way better than the first one. The layer lines look way better. But check out the nylon. So this is the first nylon, right? It's awful. It's just absolutely terrible. This is the new nylon. And I haven't cleaned either of these up at all. There's still a little bit of stringing, but that's expected from nylon. Look at the layers. The layers look so much better. This one's filled with bubbles, and this one's more or less smooth. It's pretty good. So the Sovol dual spool filament dryer. It works, but you are going to need to put some desiccant in it. And again, those little desiccant boxes are going to be on my Maker World account. But you may want to tape the tops closed because I may have spilled some of the beads all over my floor. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and please like and subscribe for more.